Step 1, make yourself a strategy. I know it sounds very basic, and I probably have hoped many of you will already do this. But if you're struggling with it and you cannot find a good app for it, this one will help you out. It's especially made for ACC. You can pick the track that you want. It has all the tracks that's in the game, the amount of hours, minutes, if you have a full or short formation lap, your stint timer. Here you can pick your class and your car. Make sure the fuel tank is the same as in the game. Here you have your average lap time and your fuel usage. Hit go, and here you have your calculated strategy. It calculates how many pit stops you need to do or how many laps you can drive. I will leave a link in the description if you want to check out yourself. The second tip, make an Excel sheet with the driver stints. This is an example that my team uses. Here you can see the amount of stints the race will take, the start time of your stint, the end time, the stint time in minutes, and you can make a column with the driver that was driving that stint. And that takes us to the third tip. Make sure you have a phone number of every driver in your team, so you can call each other up when you have a disconnect or something went wrong, especially driver 1, because if you have a disconnect, driver 1 needs to enter the server first, or else your whole race is gone, because your lap will go to 0 and basically your race will be pointless at that point. Tip 4, your correct PSI settings. If you're struggling during the race with the correct PSI settings, I can show you a small trick. If you know what the weather forecast will be during your race, go to a practice mode, select the time how late your stint will begin, hit confirm, go to weather and track conditions. If they say the cloud cover will be 0.3 during the race, select 30%. If it's 0.4, select 40%. Select the temperature they will give to you, go back, start a session, do a couple of laps, and now you can fill in the correct PSIs when you start your stint. Tip 5, fill in the pit stop strategy. If you have found your correct PSIs for your driver's stint, at this menu you can fill in the number of pit stops. For example, my teammate drives the first stint and I will come in the car at the third stint. You can select pit stop number 2, fill in your correct tire pressures for 25 degrees. So just a raw example, those were the PSIs that fits for me. So now only the driver needs to select the pit stop strategy. You can go to your MFD, go down, and here you can select your pit stop strategy. For this, you don't need to do a lot of adjustment during the race. For now it's 25 degrees. For example, my stint will begin with 23 degrees. You just go down to the tire pressures. At this point you can select all 4 tires at once, so you don't need to adjust all separate wheels or tires. So now it's 25 degrees. I filled my correct PSIs for 25 degrees and my stint will begin at 23 degrees. The rule of thumb is when it's colder, 1 degree colder, you go up 0.1 PSI. So when it's 23 degrees, I need to go 2 clicks up. And for example, it was 27 degrees when my stint starts, you go 2 clicks down. It saves you a lot of time if you're messing with these buttons when you're racing. It doesn't distract you that much and it's way more convenient. You should try it.